So this is the first AI tool that I'd like to present. This is Magic School. Now, to use Magic School to its best effect, you really need to understand how it works. So first of all, there's the obvious. Well, there's the things that it tells you it can do. So apparently, it can generate worksheets. It can generate lesson plans. It can create rubrics. It can do all sorts of things. But to trust it, you really need to know how it works. And put simply, the way it works is someone will have written loads of prompts to try and do the things under these labels. And these prompts will have been kind of engineered and kind of, they will have iterated through these prompts to try and get them to do the best possible job against what it's being set against. So really, you should just think about this as a collection of clever ChatGTP prompts organized with a nice graphical user interface. I've used a few of these different use cases, and they're very different. Some of them are really good and consistent. Some of them much less so. So let's take a look at perhaps the first one that you'll probably want to use, which is the worksheet generator. And if I just click on worksheet generator, it tells me, give me some text and give me a level that you want that text to cover. So I'm going to do year 9, and then you do need an origin for the knowledge. What I'm going to use is I'm just going to use BBC Bitesize, and I'm just what is a CPU? So you just grab that text, what is a CPU, just some ideas, and then we just paste it into the prompt, and then let's just generate. So as you can see, it's just an interface to ChatGTP. It gives me a few different questions. Some things that I really like is it gives me the answer key for some of the different questions, and it gives me a mixture of multiple choice. The fill in the blanks questions is really cool, and actually maybe it's I haven't done this recently, but I have done it with some other texts. You can use GTP directly. Now you know that it's got this nice fill in the blanks structure. You can use ChatGTP more directly and just give it a piece of text and say, create some fill in the blanks type questions for me. But this is a really nice use case for generating a worksheet. I can choose now whether I'm going to use Microsoft Forms or Microsoft Quizzes or Google Quizzes or some other more custom software to put this together. I could also just put it into Microsoft Word and print it out, and that's going to be my printed worksheet for those teachers that don't have computers in their classrooms. Just a couple of others. So you can interpret what Worksheet Generator is doing by that it's making a summary. That's probably the way I'd think about it. It's creating a summary of that sheet, and then it is taking that summary and giving us questions against that summary. Also, the fill in the blanks obviously is a little bit simpler as to what it's doing. It's just taking out keywords. The prompt might be engineered to take out nouns. I'm not quite sure. The other one that I really like, and actually this is probably my favorite, this is the YouTube video questions generator. So this will do exactly the same thing as the worksheet generator, but instead of taking the written text from a revision page, what it's going to do instead is it's going to read the transcript of a YouTube video and set questions against it. So I am just going to pull up a YouTube video that I know well, and when you're testing this, you could do the same. I would encourage you to use a YouTube video that you know pretty well. So this is a YouTube video that I know reasonably well, and it's just called Why You Should De-Optimize Your Life. When I click this, level year 9, probably not. It's quite an advanced video. Let's go for year 13. I only need 3 questions, and let's generate that now. And you can see it's generated very, very quickly 3 questions. What is mentioned as a common feeling when experiencing silence? Excitement, discomfort, joy, relaxation. You see that they're all multiple choice, and that allows me to put this into Microsoft Forms very nicely. This works really well as a starter to a lesson, so maybe I'll give watching a video as homework. Obviously, you've got to know your school's social media policy and your parents and the community you're in, because not everybody's just allowed to go onto YouTube. But this can be a nice way to get certain information across. And then I very quickly make a Microsoft form. And then as the students come into my classroom, that can be my do now. So yeah, now you've seen my favorite 2 functions of Magic School. You can see there's loads and loads of other ones. One that is worth paying attention to, actually, just before I finish, is the misconceptions, common misconceptions. So thinking about misconceptions is a really important part of being a teacher. This, instead of summarizing a single piece of text, what you should think about this as doing is just as a clever Google search of the internet. It's still sort of summarizing all the text on the internet, but it's probably better off thinking about this as an alternative to Google. So I could ask it, what are the common misconceptions for A-level of SQL? That's structured query language. Let's have a look. So SQL syntax is similar to English. SQL and Excel are the same. That's quite an interesting one. And SQL is only for IT professionals. None of those are that good. So maybe I need to get a little bit more specific, and I'm going to go using joins in SQL. And what does it say now? So inner joins return all records from both tables. Using where instead of on inner joins. Joins always involve 2 tables only. So I would probably have to fiddle around with those questions a little bit, but certainly it's a lot easier for me to get some initial misconceptions from GTP than any other way that you're going to have access to when you're new to teaching. The longer you've been a teacher, the more misconceptions you're going to have access to. But as a starter, this is a really nice place to begin.